So there is a big issue in the movement culture community. Now, many of you may have experienced this. By no means is it everyone. There are so many lovely people in the movement culture community, really great people, really supportive people. However, there are quite a few people who are a part of this issue. The sole cause of this issue, may I say. Right, so where do I start? Now, of course, movement culture, the term was, I believe, coined by Ido Portal for, his kind of community of people who are doing this kind of movement generalization where they take from many different sports and physical disciplines and apply it into one practice, a focus on mobility, proper moving, etc., etc. Now, this has grown into its own thing. There are people who don't do locomotion, but they're a part of the movement culture because they do slacklining and parkour, etc., etc., which is amazing to see. And as you know from myself, I've been running this channel for a while now. I've been very consistent with it. My main goal is, of course, to help people move better, increase mobility, increase strength, increase, kind of movement quality, should I say. Oops, just holding my phone. My girlfriend's got my camera, so I'm filming this on my phone. And this can be for, the interest of people's health, for the interest of moving better in sports or day to day, or simply just for the joy of moving. This is why I do this stuff. I always try to be as helpful, to you guys as I can. And I think I'm doing a decent job with that. Now, I've received quite a few messages and comments along my journey, essentially having a little bit of a go at me saying what you're teaching is not good teaching. It's not to this standard, it's not this. And many of these people are disciples, followers of Ido Portal. Now, what I teach, I've never claimed to teach the Ido Portal method, right? I've used his name in titles because I talk about the philosophy and I apply the philosophy to training. But I've always made it very clear in the description of my videos that I don't teach the method. I'm not a qualified Ido Portal method instructor, so I don't teach it. It's simple as that. But I use the philosophy. I've been very inspired by the philosophy. Now, what I see on many people's posts when they share something on a movement culture page or just stuff like that, people will hack at it and say, perhaps it's not good enough, you should be doing this. This is not movement culture, this is something else. And there's people who are too quick to try and tear something down and to try and say, no, this is not how you do it properly. I know how to do that because of this and because of this. It's not the environment it's not a supportive environment at all. And like I said, there are so many lovely people out there who are supportive. And criticism is not the issue. Criticism can be a great tool. I encourage people to criticize, but do it in a helpful way. There's no one way to move. There never has been, there never will be. What these people are saying, for example, take a bit of like a flow practice, a bit of locomotion. There have been a number of people who've kind of said, this is not a good teaching. The foot placement is wrong, the hand placement is wrong, this, that, and the other. Nothing against these people. They're doing it because, I guess they have an appreciation for the teaching and they want it to be as high quality as they can. But the fact that they believe it can be done no other way is very similar to the development of Chinese Kung Fu. Essentially, Chinese Kung Fu was once at a point where it was very, or should I say martial arts in general, it was very much at the point for a long time where it was like, my method is correct, any other method is wrong. The bow stance has to be this angle at the legs, the horse stance has to have this, etc., etc. Like, it has to be like this perfect textbook form. And then when MMA was introduced and these more practical ways of fighting, or even just, MMA or martial arts for fitness, not for fighting, there was so much criticism kind of saying, no, this is wrong. I've undergone 10 years of Hung Gar training, and so therefore I know what I'm talking about. Very simply, when applied to Hung Gar, you may know what you're talking about, but when it comes to things like doing movement simply for the fitness, simply for the health, simply to get people moving, to increase mobility, if you're teaching something and you're making sure people are doing it in a way they're not going to get harmed, there's no issue in where their feet and hands are being placed. There's no issue with that. And that is essentially it. The community has a group of people who are very much extreme with it, you know. It has to be done this way, no other way. Because my way is the traditional way. My way is the way I was taught from Ido Patel. My way is the way that Kung Fu does it, that, you know, professional slacklining does it, you know, these kind of things. And it's kind of getting to the point where I just need to say, chill out. You know, chill out. The purpose of so many people sharing their movement, you know, putting exposure out there of themselves, the way they move, is to share ideas, to inspire, to help people move better. You know, as long as you're teaching it in a safe way, you know, I always teach in a safe way. I always say things like, you know, if we're doing a monkey walk, I'll always make sure to specify ways to do it safely, not to put too much pressure on the knees by doing this, don't do this, etc., etc. You know, I'm a personal trainer, a sports scientist. I have a bachelor's in nutrition and health, which includes biomechanics, biology, etc., etc. You know what I mean? So you do it safely, there's no issue with it. There's no issue. Now, a little run, a little surprise video. I'll still be uploading tomorrow, the usual video. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking to help develop the movement culture on YouTube. That's really what I want to focus on right now. So I'm reaching out to quite a few channels, trying to do some collaborations. If you want to do a collaboration with me, hit me up in my Instagram. It doesn't matter how big your channel is, how big it might be, how small it might be. As long as you can film decent videos, you know, like this, just on a phone, not on like a potato, or not with terrible angles where you can't see anything, I'd love to collaborate with you. You know, the movement culture is in a space on YouTube specifically where, you know, more people getting followers is not going to be detrimental. It's not going to take anything away from anyone. It's only going to help people. Because the issue with movement culture on YouTube is that there is not enough people know about it. So there's not a huge search following for it. It's not like gaming on YouTube. With gaming on YouTube, it's like, okay, such a huge search volume. If you start from scratch, you're never going to get anywhere because there's too much competition. Movement culture, kind of movement training like this, there's not a huge competition for it. The search volume is low. So collaborating, creating a community is only going to be good. You know, that's how I see it anyway. We can help each other. But yeah, little run. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video. I believe I'll be doing the top kind of warm-ups for movement training with tennis balls. Nice, fun, dynamic warm-ups and exercises. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Let me know what you think, and yeah, peace.